Sixth grade, I wanted to talk through this journal page. This kind of goes for every journal page, but I want to give you a few more examples. So when you come to a journal page that you're going to do, you should first be sharing your ideas very clearly. So whenever you hand in a journal page, I should understand exactly how your thoughts were working. The other thing that's a pretty clear thing that you need to do is have evidence. So, evidence is really important. There are a couple ways you could do this. Typically, when we're reading a story, we would put page numbers, but some of you are reading an audiobook. So, however you find it best. I know that audiobooks give chapter numbers, so you could say in chapter 5 and then write your evidence, or in chapter 7 and then write the action that took place. Or when you come across evidence that you want to include in your journal page, you could pause the audiobook and then you could write at what point in the story you are. So 1 hour and 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be exact down to the second, but it will give me an idea of where in the story your evidence comes from. So let's talk about this specific journal page. This journal page would require a lot more than what I did in blue, right? For those 4 journal pages that I showed you yesterday, those are all just bare bones, the framework, right? You have to do all the filling in. So here you would put a character trait, and here you would put a character trait, and in the middle is where you put all those page numbers of evidence, right? If Will always has a certain character trait and he always collides with his dad, then you're going to have 3 to 4 examples in here. You could do that as a paragraph, you could do it as sentences with evidence, but there would be evidence from the book in that middle section. Then you would do the same thing for the next characters, Will and his brother Skip. You would do the character trait, and then where in the story they collide. It will be multiple points, and then even at the bottom, I know I don't have a ton of room, but you could give your thinking. Why do you think they collided like that? How does that play into the social issue of the story, right? What's the bigger picture? So I gave you the bare bones. You're going to take that and you're going to provide evidence. You're going to provide your thinking. If you're still wondering what to include, you should look at the rubric that I attached yesterday.